Hi, and thanks for joining us for class today. Today we do a fairly challenging class using the Pilates softball. So I'm going to use my ball mostly inflated, so just a tiny bit squidgy. And we're going to start the class in standing, then we're going to come down onto our fronts, onto our sides and onto our backs as well. So we're going to work throughout the body with a range of exercises, but please remember to work to a level that you feel comfortable with, particularly some of those more tougher exercise sequences. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to have my softball ready in my hands. I'm going to start side on to today. So we're going to bring our toes apart and those heels apart. So those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, I transfer that weight onto the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just looking for that midpoint between those two movements. That weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Knees are nice and soft, so not locked back. Hands up into your pelvis, gently tilting that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just nice and slowly forwards and back. Just looking for that midpoint between those two movements. So in that nice neutral position. Good. Ribs are soft, collarbones nice and wide, and that neck nice and long lifted. So I'm going to float my hands up in front of me here. With the ball as a bit of a prop here, we can take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to reach that ball up and over, looking around and back, and then gently coming forwards. Now with the opposite hand, I'm going to take the ball, reach up and over, looking round and back, and then back to that start. Good, so we're going to breathe out, reaching up and around, breathing in as you fold around and back. Good, breathing out, reaching up and around, really circling through, rotating through that upper back as you're reaching through, and then gently forwards. Good, last few here, reaching around, and gently back. Let's do one more each side. Reaching around, looking round and back, and forwards. Good, one last time. Reaching around, and then gently back. Well done, relaxing those arms back down. Good, so we're going to have the ball in towards our chest here. And we're just going to keep a little bit of pressure on the ball. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I'm going to reach the ball forwards and come up on my toes at the same time, and then slowly come back in. So as I reach forward, just a little bit of pressure through that ball, and then gently back. So just having that little bit of pressure on the ball just helps engage through those tummy muscles a little bit here as you reach forward and then control back. So at the same time, we're coming up on those toes, reaching forwards, lowering down, fold back. Good, breathing out, reach forwards, breathing in, fold back. So breathing out, reaching those hands forward, coming up on those toes, then folding back. Good, a little bit of pressure through that ball as we reach forward, and folding back, just helping engage through into those tummy muscles. Good, and back. A few more here, reaching forwards and fold back. Well done, and again, reaching forwards and fold back. Good, and again, reach forwards and back. Two more here, reaching forwards and back. One last time. And fold back. Well done, relaxing those arms down. Okay, so this time I'm going to pop the ball in between my knees here, still keeping those feet that hip width distance apart. And we're going to drop down into a few squats. So we're going to sit back, dropping down and lifting back. So remember, imagine that you've got that chair behind you, you're sitting back, so that weight's going back onto those heels, dropping down and lifting up. And again, drop down and lift up. Sitting back, drop down, lift up. Well done. Drop down, lift up. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to drop down, hold that there. I want you to do 3 little squeezes with that ball. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1, and lift back up. Good. And again, drop down. And 3, 2, 1, little inner thigh squeezes and up. And again, drop down. 3, 2, 1, lifting up. And again, drop down. And 3, 2, 1, lifting back up. Well done. And again, drop down. 3, 2, 1, lift back up. Last few here, dropping down, and 3, 2, 1, lift up. Last 2, drop down, and 3, 2, 1, lift back up. One last time, drop down, and 3, 2, 1, lifting back up into standing. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to take the ball out from my knees here. Going to raise my hands up above my head with the ball. I'm going to step back with one leg, so we're going to drop down into a little lunge. I'm going to drive that back leg forwards, bring those hands down to meet that front knee. And again, step back, drop down, driving that leg forwards, up onto that single leg, and down. Drop down, driving forwards, nice and control, and down, step back, drop down, driving that leg forwards, knee towards that ball, good, and again, drop down, driving forwards, well done. Let's even do 5 more. I'm going to go 5, good, 4, well done, 3, 2, good, and 1, folding forwards, lifting up and lower back down, well done. Okay, let's do the same with the other side, so hands up above our head, use that ball, we're going to step back with that opposite leg, drop down to that lunge, drive forward, then to that single leg stand, and again, drop back, dropping down, bring that leg forwards, knee towards that ball, step back, drop down, drive that leg forwards, well done. Keeping that control with that standing leg and back, well done. Dropping down, driving forwards, love it. Let's even do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5, good, 4, 3, 2, well done. And last one, drop down, driving forward, bring that arm and leg back down, well done. Okay, so let's have a little stretch out now. So I'm going to put the ball down by my side. I'm going to roll that ball down towards the side here. Opposite arm, I'm going to reach up into that mermaid stretch, looking up to that hand, and then gently coming back down. Good, and again, roll that hand down by my side. Opposite arm reaching up towards the ceiling, looking up to that hand, and then gently back down. Good, one more time. Dropping down, reaching up, looking up, and then slowly coming back down. Well done. Okay, we'll do the same the other side. So the ball on that opposite thigh, we're going to roll that hand down. Opposite arm, we're going to reach up, looking up towards the ceiling, and then gently coming back down. And again, roll that ball down that thigh. Opposite arm, reaching up, looking up to the ceiling, and gently back down. One last time, dropping down, reaching that arm, looking up towards the ceiling, and then slowly coming back down. Well done, relaxing those shoulders. Okay, so we're going to do a few roll downs from here. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. Then as you breathe out, gently restacking through that spine up into standing. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end there. And then as you breathe out, gently coming back up into standing. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. And as you breathe out, coming back up into standing. Good, and we come to the end of our mat, and this time we're going to roll down and come down onto our front. So we'll bring the ball with us. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Soften your knees at your end point. Then we're going to walk our hands down. We're going to come down onto our front, onto the mat, and we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we continue down onto our fronts here. So if you've got a thinner block, you can use that just to place under your forehead, just to support that there, or your head just straight down onto the mat. I'm going to come down here, feet that hip-width distance apart. I'm going to have one hand under the ball and my arm at that kind of right angle position, that L shape. Feet that hip-width distance apart. We'll take a breath in here. As you breathe out, I want you to raise one leg just off the mat here. As we're lowering back down. And then we're going to lift up, pushing through the ball, lifting that upper body, and then down. So we're going to repeat that here. So lifting that opposite leg, lowering down, and then as I lower down, I'm going to lift up that upper body, and lower. Lifting that leg, down. So into that kind of seesaw movement here. Well done. So we're going to repeat that here. Breathing out if you can as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower. And then breathe out, lifting up. Breathe in lower. So not too quick with that movement. Nice and controlled. And lifting up through that upper back. So keep that chin tucked in. Not looking forward, looking down at that mat. Keeping that neck nice and long. and down. Extending that leg, lowering, lifting up through that upper body and down. Good, and as I lift that upper back, I'm just gently pushing into that ball and down. Just do last few here. Well done. Do one more set, lifting that leg, lowering, lifting up and down. Well done, very good. Okay, so let's switch sides. The ball's on the opposite arm, under the opposite hand now. So still in that L shape, those hands here. We do the same again, so we're going to extend that opposite leg this time, lowering back down. As I lower down, then I'm going to lift, push into that ball, lift my upper back, keeping that neck long and lowering down. Well done, and again, extending that opposite leg, lowering and lifting up. Well done. And again, extending that opposite leg, lowering, push through that ball, lifting that upper body. Well done. So working into that upper back, keep that neck nice and long. Good. And working those glutes, we extend that hip and down. Well done. Very good. Last few here. Good, so we're breathing out, extending that hip, breathe into lower, breathe out, lifting the upper body, breathe into lower. Well done. Very good. Do last two here. And one last set, extending that hip, down, lifting up. And lower. Well done, very good. Okay, so this time we're going to bring the ball so it's just in front of us here. So just above my head, my hands are on top of it, elbows not completely straight, just slightly bent there. I'm going to keep that chin nice and tucked in, feet still that hip width distance apart. Now we're going to bend the knees into a hamstring curl. So we're going to bend the knee, pull back and down, opposite side, pull back and down. And I'm going to keep my feet there and then just extend my hands forward, lifting that head and that breastbone into that swan dive movement, and then gently lower back down. Keep that head lowered, and then a hamstring curl each side again. Pull back and down. Then reach those fingers forward, lifting that head, that breastbone, gently roll back. And again, bending those knees into that hamstring curl either side. Good, breathe out, lifting up. Breathe in lower. And again, pull those hamstrings, bending the knee. Good. Reaching forwards. Neck nice and long. And lower. And again, bending the knee. Opposite leg. Good. Reaching the fingers forward. And down. Lovely. Last few. Just working into that upper back again. Combining our legs and that upper back movement. Well done. Reaching forward. And down. Well done. One more each side with those hamstring curls. And last time, reaching forwards and lowering back down. Well done. Okay, so we'll bring that ball just down there for a second, and we're going to bring those arms either side into that L shape again. Feet a little bit wider than those hips this time, and we're going to go into our Cobra stretch. So have a little stretch into extension. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up towards those elbows. If that's enough of a stretch for you, then you can stay there. Or if you can, just slowly coming up onto those hands. Breath in here. And then as you breathe out, gently peeling that tummy, those breastbone, back down onto the back. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, slowly extending through that spine. Breath in here. Then as you breathe out, slowly lowering gently back down onto the mat. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, keeping those shoulder blades down, that neck nice and long. Just going up to where you're comfortable. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, gently lowering back down to the mat. Lovely. Let's do one last time. Gently lifting up, keeping that neck long, the shoulders down, and then slowly healing back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to lift up now into our child pose stretch. It feels nice to do. We can use our ball again to help us with a little stretch here. We're going to just drop down, that bottom down towards those heels here. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Relaxing into that stretch. Well done. And again, breath in. And out. Well done. And again, breath in. And out. Lovely. We're going to roll that ball back up, and from here we're going to have a nice little stretch into rotation. So we're going to take one hand on the ball and I'm going to reach that forward. My opposite arm, I'm going to reach back and then slowly coming forwards. So we're going to alternate sides. So opposite hand rolling forwards on that ball, the opposite arm reaching around and back. Just looking with that head, following that back arm, reaching forwards, looking back and gently forwards. And again, reaching forwards, looking back and lifting back up. Well done. And again, reaching forwards, looking back and lifting back up. Lovely. Last few. And back. Let's do one more each side. Reaching forwards and then gently back. One last time. And then coming back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stay into kneeling here for a moment. I'm going to have one hand under the ball again here. Knees underneath those hips. So elbows nice and soft. My toes are tucked under here. Now I'm going to keep the ball under that hand. Take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to lift up into that pull in prone position and then lower back down. So we're hovering those knees. Breath in. As we breathe out, hover the knees off the mat. Breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lower back down. Now if you can stay with this position. Or if you can, this time we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up. Then I'm going to extend through my knees. Reach my hand towards that opposite foot. And then lowering back down. Now if you can, we're going to lower back down back to that hover. But if that feels too much, come back onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, reaching. Hand to that opposite knee. A foot, I should say, sorry. A hand down. Good. And again, lifting up. Reaching through and down. Do 3 more here. Reaching through and down. Good. 2. Let's do one more. 1. And then coming back again. Very good. Okay, so we do the same with the ball under the opposite hand. So we do another set of those here. So ball under the opposite hand. Starting again as we did before, elbows soft, take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to hover the knee just off the mat, breath in and out, lower back down. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, hovering above and down. So that's where we can stay if you want to. Or if you can, we can lift up and then we're going to extend up into that pike, reach that hand to that opposite foot and then back down. Either back to that hover or knees onto the mat. And down. Well done. And again, reaching through and lowering. Well done. And down. Lovely. Let's do last few here. Last 2. And down. And last 1. And down. Lowering. Back down from there. Well done. Let's go reach back off those hands. Have a little stretch out. Well done. Breath in and out. Well done. One more time. Breath in and out. Very good. Rolling back up. Excellent. Okay, so let's come round onto our sides now. So I can just move that thinner block out the way for a moment. Now we're going to have our elbow directly underneath that shoulder here. I'm going to bend the lower leg, but straighten through the top leg here. And with this top arm, we're going to lift up into our side bend. So we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, I'm going to reach that arm up and over, and I'm going to lift that leg straight with that top leg and down. And again, breathing out, lifting up, breathe in to lower. Well done. And again, breathing out, lifting up and lower. So working our abdominals, our obliques here, as well as engaging into those glute muscles. Good. Let's see if we can do 5 more. So we're going to go 5. Good. 4. 3. 2. and 1. Well done. Folding that leg back down, folding that leg back in. Well done. Now I'm going to stay on my elbow if you can. I'm going to place the ball under my side here. Okay, and then we're going to straighten both legs out. The ball just underneath that waist here. We're going to stay onto that elbow if you can, just to engage that upper body as well. Now we're going to lift this top leg and we're going to do our toe tap. So we're going to tap the foot in front, then lifting up and over, tapping behind. Really keeping that control through that movement, challenging it that more because we've got less base of support here now, that we're up on that elbow and we're on that ball. So if you need that hand in front for a little bit of balance, you can have it there, but just try and keep that control through the movement. These collarbones staying nice and wide, lengthening through there, tapping down, forwards and back. Well done. Good. And again, tapping forwards and back. Well done. Nice and controlled. Really working those glutes here. Controlling through that center. Well done. Tapping forwards and back. Very good. Last few. Tap forwards and back. Let's do one more time. Tapping forwards, tapping back, and then lift and lower that leg. Well done. Bend those knees up. Okay, so we're going to come all the way down onto our sides now. So if you've got a thicker block, we can use just support your head here. And we'll come all the way down onto our side. Now we're going to place the ball this time behind my top knee. Okay, so we're going to keep it there behind that top knee. Feet and hips roughly in that line. Those hips are stacked on top of each other. So we're going to go into our clam movement. So feet together, we're going to lift up that top knee and then lower back down. And again, lifting that top knee and lowering. Well done. And again, lift through the top knee and lower. Well done. Lifting and lowering. So we want to feel it in this back pocket side area. If you don't, then just bend or straighten those legs just a little bit. Still trying to keep that ball there. Well done. And again, lifting and lowering. So do a few more here. Lift and lower. Well done. And again, lifting that top leg, lowering back down. Well done. Last few here. Good. Let's do one last one. Lifting and lowering back down. Good. I'm going to take that ball out from behind that knee. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to drop that block down onto the floor. I have my head at the front of it. With or without the ball, we can use the ball as a little prop here if you like. We're going to go into our arm opening stretch. Just have a little recovery movement here. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening around and back, following with that head, just rolling on that block, and then gently back to that start. So we want to keep those hips forward, keep them stacked. So we're really rotating through that upper back, and that head just rolling, looking round on that block, around and back, and then gently forwards. Good. And again, breathing out, opening around and back, breathing in to come back. And again, breathing out, opening around and back, breathe in to fold back. Lovely. Last few here, lifting, opening around and back to that start. Well done. And forwards. And again, lifting up, opening around and back. And forwards. Good. Last couple here. And let's just do one last one. Lifting up, opening around and back. And then gently back to that start. Well done. Okay, so let's come up and over onto the other side. So we'll bring that block with us to use in a minute. We're going to start onto our elbow as we did before. So we're going to start with that side bend movement. Elbow directly underneath that shoulder. Collarbones nice and wide here. That lower leg bent, we're going to extend through that top leg. Ball just in that top hand here. We're going to go into our side bend. So take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to lift up through that side, reaching that top arm, and then lower back down. So to keeping that top leg straight, lifting up, lengthening away, and down. Good. Breathing out, lifting up, breathe into lower. Let's see if we can do 5 more here. So we're going to go 5. Good. 4. 3. 2. And 1. lowering back down, well done, fold that leg back in. Then we're going to place that ball underneath my waist here, still staying onto my elbow. And I'm going to extend both legs away this time. So keeping these collarbones nice and wide, those hips staying stacked. We're going to lift this top leg and then tapping that foot in front, lifting up and over, tapping behind. So really focusing on keeping that control of that movement, really engaging that core as you're tapping forwards and tapping back. So you can have your hand in front for a little bit of balance if you need to, but just try and really focus on that control of the movement, not going too quickly. And we're really working these glutes that you'll feel to lift that leg up and over, tap in front, up and over, tap behind. Well done, collarbone staying nice and wide, well done. Lifting and back, good. Tapping in front, up and over, tapping behind. A few more here. Good, and again, lift up and over, tapping back, up and over, tap in front. Very good, last few. Tap in front, up and over, tap behind. Well done. Good, still breathing in and out, make sure you're not holding your breath. Let's do one more, tapping in front, tapping behind, and then lifting and lowering. Well done, very good. Okay, so we'll grab that block and we're going to come all the way down onto our sides here. And I'm going to pop that ball behind that top knee. So feet and hips roughly in that line. Those hips are really stacked on top of each other. I'm going to go into our clam movement just to work those glutes a little bit harder. So feet together, we're going to lift up that top knee and lower back down. So keep those hips stacked as you lift and lower through that top knee. We want to feel it working in this back pocket side area. So again, if you don't, just bend or straighten those knees just slightly, just so we can get that working in the right place. Well done. So we're lifting and lowering. Keeping those hips stacked, good, and down. Nice and controlled through that movement, lifting and lowering. Well done. And again, lifting and lowering. Lovely, and down. A few more here, nice and controlled. Really working those glutes. Good. Lifting and lowering. Let's do one last one. Lifting and lowering back down. Well done. Let's take that ball out from behind that knee. Give those legs a little rest there. Head just at the front of that block, arms out in front. And again, we can use that ball just as a little bit of a prop in our hands if you want to. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift up through this top arm, opening around and back, following with that head, just rolling on that block, and then gently coming forwards. And again, lifting up, opening around and back, following with that head, and then back to that start. Well done. And again, lifting up, opening around and back, and then gently forwards. Good. And again, lifting up, opening around and back, and forward. So keep those hips stacked forward. So we're really stretching through that upper spine, opening out through the front of that chest, and then back. Lovely. Last few here. And back. Good. And one last time, lifting up, opening around and back. And then gently back to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come around onto our backs now. So just pop that block back. And we're going to come around onto our backs. And we're going to just start with the ball by your feet if you can, because we use that there in a moment. So have that ready. Feet and knees that hip width distance apart here. Just tilting that pelvis forwards and back to begin with. So in that nice neutral position. Ribs nice and soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to start by placing one foot onto the ball here. Now we're going to do our rolling bridge. So we're going to take a breath in. Now as you breathe out, we're going to reach the ball away under that foot, rolling back. And as we roll back to that start, we're going to lift up into that bridge, breath in to hold. And as you breathe out, lowering down. So again, rolling the ball away, fold back, and lifting up into that bridge. Good. Nice and controlled. So it's a little bit more challenging onto that core And those glutes, got that unstable surface under that foot. And then slowly lowering down. Good. Reaching away. Fold back. Lifting up into that bridge. And then gently back down. And again, reaching away. Folding back. Lifting up. And lowering. Good. And again, reach away. Folding back. Lifting up. And lowering. And again, reach away. Folding back. Lift up and lower. Good, last couple here. Reach away. Folding back. Lifting up and down. One last time. Reach away. Fold back. Lifting into that bridge and lowering back down. Well done. Okay, so let's switch sides. So the ball's under the opposite foot here. Same again. Keep those feet about that hip distance apart. Nice neutral position of that pelvis. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to roll the ball away. As we roll it back, we're going to lift up into that bridge. Breath in to hold. As you breathe out, lowering down. And again, rolling away. Fold back and lifting up into that bridge and lowering back down. So just keep repeating that here in your own time. Reaching away with that ball, controlling it back, lifting up and down. Good, reach away. Fold back, well done. Lift up and lowering. Good. Keep going here, a few more. And down. Well done. Rolling away. Fold back. Good, so really engaging those glutes as you lift up into that bridge. Keeping them engaged and lower down. Good, last couple. Reach away. Fold back. Lifting up and lower. Let's do one last one. Reach away. Fold back. Lifting up and lowering back down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to swap feet again. So the ball's on the under the opposite leg. And we're going to start by lifting the opposite leg up into tabletop here. Okay, so keeping that leg in that tabletop, take a breath in. I want you to breathe out, extend that leg away, lower it down to the floor, lift up and fold back. Good, and again, breathing out, reaching away, lowering down, lift up, fold back. And again, reaching away, lower down to the floor, lift up, fold back. Now we're going to add on one more movement here. So we're going to reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back. Now as you fold back, this time we're going to open out the hip to the side of the hip twist and then fold back. So we reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back, and then out to the side with that hip opener and back. And again, so we're reaching away. So keep that sequence going, folding back, out to the side, and fold back. Good, so we're still keeping that control through that center, that pelvis nice and level, folding back, opening out to the side and back. And again, reach away, lowering down, lift back and in, out to the side, fold back. Well done, so we're going to keep repeating that here, just the last few. Folding back, opening out to the side and in. Good, reach away, lowering down. Lift back up, folding in, out to the side and back. Well done, last few, reach away, lowering down, lifting up, folding in, out to the side and back. Good. Lowering down, lift up, fold in, out to the side and back. Let's do one more set, reach away, lower down, lifting up, fold back, out to the side and in. Well done, lower that leg down. Okay, so let's switch sides. So that opposite foot's on top of the ball here now. We'll do the same again the other side. So we're going to lift up that leg into tabletop position. We're going to start by taking a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to extend that leg away, lower it down, lift up and back. And again here, reaching away, lower down, lift up, fold back. And again, reach away, lower down, lift up, fold back. Good. Now on this next one, we're going to add in that hip twist movement. So lowering down, lift up, we fold back, and then we're going to come out to the side, back in, and repeat that again, reaching away, lowering down, lift up, fold in, and opening out to the side. Remember, as we open out to the side, we're keeping that pelvis nice and level, keeping that control with that movement, folding in, and opening out to the side, fold back. So just that little hip opener movement. Good, added on the end. Folding in, opening out, and back. Well done. And again, reaching away, lowering down, lift up, fold in, opening out, and back. Well done. Opening out to the side and back. Last few here, reaching away, lower down, lift up, fold in, out to the side and back. Well done. A few more here. Lifting up and in, opening out to the side, nice and controlled, and back. Good. Reaching away, lower down, lift up, folding in, out to the side and back. Let's do last set here. Reaching away, lower down, lift up, fold in, out to the side and back. Well done. Lowering that leg back down. Come off the ball there. So let's have just a quick hug. Breathing in. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Take a nice breath in and out. As you breathe out, just relaxing here. Good. And again, breath in and out. Lovely. And again, breathing in and out. And then just lowering those legs back down. Good, so we can have the ball between your ankles here if you want to, just an option too. Arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over to one side, turn our head to that opposite side if you can, then gently coming back up and then over to that opposite side. So we're just rotating through that spine here, dropping those knees over, turning that head, gently coming back up and over to that opposite side. And again, drop those knees over, turning that head, lifting up and over to that opposite side. Very good, last few here. And back. Do one more each side, drop those knees over, turn that head, gently coming up and over to that opposite side. And then coming back to that start. Well done. We'll just pop that ball down to one side for now. We're going to stretch out through our backs of our legs into our hamstrings. So we're going to bring our knee up towards the ceiling. We're going to lengthen out through the back of the leg. Just feel that stretch into the back of the leg there. We're going to hold this stretch, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Just lengthening out through the back of the leg there. So just hold that here today, just breathing in and out. Good. Just lengthening into that stretch. Well done. Good, and then lowering that leg back down, the same the other side, knee up towards the ceiling, lengthen out through the back of that leg, just a hand supporting that leg there, lengthen through the back of the leg, toes pointing up towards the ceiling, again just sinking into that stretch, that little bit further on that out breath if you can, breathing in and out. And then just lowering that leg back down. Well done. Then we're going to come up into sitting here. So we'll keep the ball over to one side and we're going to just stretch through our glute muscles here. Have one leg in front, opposite leg just crossing over. Then we're just going to rotate through that upper body just to feel that stretch into those glutes here. And we're going to hold this stretch. So just breathing in and out. And just hold that stretch here. Well done. Good, and again, breath in and out. And then coming back round, uncross that leg, do the same the other side, opposite leg just crossing that leg there. Going to rotate through that spine just to feel that stretch into those glute muscles. Breathing in and out. Good, and again, breath in and out. Lovely, just feeling that stretch there, well done. And then gently coming back round, uncross that leg. And either keep your legs in front or legs crossed, whatever feels comfortable for you. Just going to relax those shoulders from there. We're going to bring our hands together into that spine twist movement. So a little prayer position with our hands, neck nice and long. I'm just going to rotate through that body to one side and then gently back to the centre. Opposite side, rotating around and back. And again, rotating around and back. Lovely. And back. Last one each side. And back to that centre. Well done. Bring those fingers together. Then we're going to reach those fingers away. Drop that head down. Just feel that stretch into that upper back. Then we're going to look up with that head and those hands together and open nice and wide. And again, reaching away. Drop that chin down. Looking up. And then opening wide. Lovely. One last time. Reach fingers together, reach away, drop that chin down, look up together, and open nice and wide. Well done. Fantastic. Well done today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully see you again soon.